We're on the scene of a major Hollywood party. We've been informed that there is a multitude of A-list celebrities. Look just now. Here comes Clark Gable and Katharine Hepburn. Katharine, you are looking absolutely gorgeous tonight. How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
And Clark, pretty sharp yourself. How are you doing?
I'm doing very good.
Well, what are your plans for this evening, guys?
Well, of course we're going to go over to the others and mingle a little bit.
And of course, swing dance.
Well, enjoy your night, guys. And here come the teenage heartthrobs, Judy Garland and Mickey Rooney. Judy, that dress is fantastic. Where'd you get it?
Thank you for noticing. I got it at Macy's.
And Mickey, is that an elephant on that tie? Where'd you get that?
Oh, this thing? Imported from Africa. Gold stitches.
Well, it looks like it's going to be quite the party tonight. You guys have fun.
Thanks. We're looking forward to seeing, hopefully, Katharine Hepburn over here. I heard she was coming.
We'll get
Yep.
her swinging.
America's culture really flared after the war. One popular form of culture that arose in the 1940s was swing dancing, which was originally introduced during the 1920s. The most famous type of swing is the Lindy Hop. Movies also became a big business, as seen in Hollywood. New types of technology were introduced during this time era, such as advancements in color film and different effects. The late 40s was a time of relaxation for America because the war was over.
Japanese troops bombed Pearl Harbor, Hawaii. On December 7, 1941, President Franklin D. Roosevelt called for war with Japan.
We're gonna take out some Japanese.
Captain, we're going to be dead in a minute!
Just wait. I have a plan.
Atomic bomb technology had been experimented with, and the world of warfare weaponry was never to be as powerful as it had been before. A-bombs were used to bomb Hiroshima and Nagasaki, two highly industrial Japanese cities that would present mass destruction to Japanese society. The Japanese threat even spread to the U.S., in which Franklin D. Roosevelt set up Japanese internment camps that withheld Japanese Americans in an accusation of them being associated with the war. These camps were poorly provided for the needs of the captives and truly posed how completely discriminated Japanese Americans' rights were. Hello, Mr. Truman and Mr. Roosevelt. How are you today?
Doing very good. You?
Pretty well, thank you. Okay, so first of all, Mr. Roosevelt, what was your type of foreign policy for your presidency?
Well, I believe in the New Deal, like for relief, recovery, and reform, and based my foreign policy on that.
What were the alphabet programs that you set up?
Oh, I created the alphabet programs in order to help the economy because we were struggling with the Great Depression, and so I felt like those would help, and that's why I created them.
Good for you. But unfortunately, they didn't have the best decisioning with your internment camps and court packing, right?
Yeah, as I had spontaneously made those decisions, but I understand how having internment camps in the U.S. because of the Japanese, is inhumane. Should have never happened. But so I regret those court packings and internment camps.
And for you, Mr. Truman, what was your foreign policy?
Fair deal policy, and it just helped to get people jobs and get things going.
So what was NATO?
NATO was the North Atlantic Treaty Organization.
Okay. And so when you started as presidency, what did you feel about the whole atomic bomb theory?
I was shocked. I knew absolutely nothing about the atomic bomb. I mean, I dropped it. We needed to deal with Japan. They were killing many of our troops, and in the end, I believe it was the right choice. But ultimately, I was very upset that I had to make this decision so quickly.
Okay, thank you very much, both of you, for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
D-Day on June 6, 1944 involved Allied troops crossing the English Channel to land on the beaches of Normandy to fight Nazi-occupied France. This area was one of the most memorable battles in World War II. It gave Allies a moral boost and turned the tables of the war by giving the Allies a second front. Holocaust in Nazi Germany was a mass genocide started by dictator Adolf Hitler. He felt that Jewish people were below all other people. He created the genocide to create a perfect Aryan race. Over 6 million Jews were killed during the entire course of the Holocaust. The Jewish people had their possessions taken away. They were brutally murdered. They were forced to wear the Star of David to be recognized. They were cremated in gas chambers and executed by guns, burned, gassed, and they were set in concentration camps such as Auschwitz, heavily raped and separated from their families, causing families to be destroyed. And they were placed into ghettos, which were disease-infested, dirty. The people were not allowed to practice their religion, and basically the Jewish people were deprived of their capacities, of their natural rights. And also there was an instance called Schindler's List, which tried to hire Jews to help get them help through the course of the Holocaust.
After the war, Germany was split into 4 occupational zones, being led by the US, Soviet Union, Britain, and France. Berlin was split the same way, only it was within the larger Soviet Union area. In order for the other powers to get into the section of Berlin, they had to pass Soviet Union occupational zones.
Gentlemen, as you may know, the war in Germany is coming to an end. I propose that we must create a United Nations in order to maintain peace throughout the world. Winston, what do you think about this?
Well, I think, first of all, we need to have representatives for France, Germany, and Russia, and all major powers.
I agree. Solon?
I think that'll work.
Also, gentlemen, we must consider the fact that an outbreak in Germany must never again occur. I believe that after the war, we should divide Germany into 4 equally occupied zones, in which one of our nations will each control a zone, as well as France controlling the 4th zone. What do you think about this, Churchill?
I think it's good.
I want Poland.
No, there must be free elections in this Poland.
Yeah, that'll work.
When the US wanted to supply Berlin with aid, Soviet Union would blockade the trains. This caused tension and the beginning of the Cold War. US decided to send aid by air. The Soviet Union backed off, but since then, rising tension and competition between the two occurred, such as communism versus capitalism, the space race, and Berlin Wall.